Have you been told that a warm drink before bed is good for you? Maybe it's a glass of warm milk, maybe a sweetened herbal tea, or, like many, a nightly cup of fruit juice to stay regular. It feels harmless, even comforting. But here's the medical truth most people over 60 haven't been told. That one glass at night may be aging your kidneys faster than time itself. And no, this isn't fear-mongering. This is coming straight from nephrologists, kidney specialists, have been warning that sugar-laced nighttime drinks are now one of the most overlooked causes of kidney aging in seniors. Because while you're sleeping, your kidneys are still working. And what you drink before bed determines just how hard they'll have to work. Studies from the National Kidney Foundation show that even modest increases in overnight blood sugar from drinks like apple juice, sweet teas, or milk with added sugar can lead to elevated glomerular pressure in aging kidneys. Over time, this silent strain reduces filtration capacity, leading to what doctors call chronic kidney disease, CKD stage 1 or 2, often without any early symptoms. And here's what makes this worse. Most seniors never get their kidneys tested until things are already declining. If you've ever felt unusually tired in the morning, even after a full night's sleep, or if your legs feel swollen, your blood pressure's creeping up, or your doctor mentioned borderline kidney function, this might be why. But more importantly, this might be the moment you finally start protecting them. Because the good news is, your kidneys respond. They heal, slowly but surely, when given the right support. And the first step is understanding what's really happening in your body every time you take that one last sip before bed. The kidneys aren't like the heart. You won't feel them racing. They're not like the joints. You won't notice them ache. That's what makes their decline so easy to miss. But inside your body after 60, a quiet shift begins. By the time most of us reach retirement age, our glomerular filtration rate, GFR, the medical term for how efficiently our kidneys filter waste, has already started to slow. This isn't always due to disease. It's part of aging. Every year, the tiny filtering units inside each kidney, called nephrons, lose a bit of function. The tissues become less elastic, blood vessels stiffen, and just like an old water filter, efficiency drops. But here's the crucial part. While aging is natural, what we consume, especially at night, can speed this process dramatically. Imagine this. It's 10 p.m. You finish your show, rinse out your mug, and pour yourself a glass of cranberry juice. It tastes good. It even feels healthy. But in that single glass, there could be 20 to 30 grams of fructose, a type of sugar that, when consumed right before sleep, enters your bloodstream rapidly and stimulates a hormone called vasopressin. Vasopressin is meant to help your body retain water while you sleep. But in high sugar conditions, it does something more dangerous. It constricts blood vessels in the kidneys, increasing pressure and reducing filtration ability. Over time, this damages the fragile glomeruli, the filters, and accelerates kidney aging. A 2022 study published in the journal Kidney 360 found that older adults who consumed sugary beverages in the evening had a 26% higher chance of elevated serum creatinine, a marker of declining kidney function, compared to those who avoided nighttime sugar entirely. The problem isn't just sugar, it's timing. During the day, your kidneys are active, supported by hydration and blood flow. But at night, when your body shifts into rest mode, those same kidneys are left to handle whatever's still circulating. And if that whatever is a high sugar, high sodium drink, it's like asking a tired worker to stay overtime every night without rest. Have you ever woken up feeling more puffy than usual? Noticed your rings feel tighter in the morning, or your ankles leave sock marks? Those subtle signs often come back to overnight fluid retention and poor kidney processing during sleep. And many seniors mistake it for just getting older. But sometimes it's not your age. It's that glass you've been drinking every night for the last 10 years. I want to tell you about Alan. He's 72, a retired postman from Thunder Bay, lived a simple, honest life, never smoked, rarely drank. And for years, his nightly routine was almost sacred, a cup of warm milk with honey before bed. It reminded him of childhood, of comfort. And truthfully, it helped him fall asleep faster. But over the last 2 years, something changed. He started waking up with a heaviness in his lower back. Not pain exactly, but a dull, dragging kind of pressure. His legs would feel swollen in the mornings. His blood pressure, once rock steady, was starting to creep. And the strangest part, he was always tired, even after sleeping through the night. His doctor ran some routine blood work, and that's when the first red flag appeared. His serum creatinine was elevated. His estimated glomerular filtration rate was dipping below normal. Early-stage chronic kidney disease. Alan was stunned. "But I eat well," he told the doctor. "I walk every day. I don't take anything dangerous." It was only during a follow-up consult with a renal dietitian that the pattern emerged. The milk, the honey, every night for decades, had quietly become a burden his aging kidneys could no longer handle. The lactose and sugars in his late-night drink were spiking his insulin and vasopressin levels just before sleep. And while that worked fine in his 40s or 50s, his 70-year-old kidneys couldn't keep up. She told him something he never forgot. "You're not doing anything wrong. You're just doing what your body used to tolerate. But now it can't." That was Alan's turning point. He didn't overhaul his life. He just made one small, consistent change. He stopped drinking anything with sugar or protein after 8 p.m. Instead, he switched to warm water with a cinnamon stick or unsweetened herbal infusions, low in sugar, kidney-friendly. 3 months later, his follow-up numbers improved. His swelling eased, his mornings felt lighter, and most of all, he said, I stopped waking up with that fog in my head. If this is the first time you've heard that something as simple as warm milk or juice could stress your kidneys, drop a quick comment below. Just say, Alan's story hit home. You never know who else might need to read it. Growing older has its quiet betrayals. You don't notice them all at once. It starts with small things: a deeper line around your eyes, a name that takes a second longer to remember, a sip of something familiar that suddenly doesn't sit right. And then, one morning, you realize your body no longer whispers. It groans. It pushes back. It tells you in its own quiet language that the rules have changed. But the hardest part? It's not the physical change. It's the feeling that you're no longer in control of the machine you've lived in your whole life. I've heard so many older adults say, I don't feel like myself anymore. Not because of who they are, but because their energy, their clarity, their lightness, it's dulled. Not gone. Just distant. And when that happens, when you feel tired without knowing why, or foggy even when you've rested, it's easy to chalk it up to aging. I'm just getting old, you tell yourself. But what if it's not that simple? What if, instead of giving up control, you could take a little of it back? Our bodies aren't against us. They're just trying to adapt. But aging kidneys, like aging eyes or joints, need different care. They need quiet, unglamorous support. They need less sugar at night, more hydration earlier in the day, softer burdens. And above all, they need us to stop doing things that used to work, because that's the trap. What comforted you at 40 could be what's draining you at 70. But that shift, that recognition, isn't defeat, it's wisdom. I remember a woman in her late 60s who once told me, I thought I was falling apart, until I realized I was just following habits meant for a younger body. Once I adjusted, it felt like I got a piece of myself back. And isn't that what we all want? Not to feel young again, but to feel like ourselves, steady and clear, even as the calendar turns. So here's the quiet truth. Your body still listens to you. It still responds. And sometimes all it takes is removing one glass to give your kidneys and your life more room to breathe. So tonight, when the house quiets down and you reach for that evening glass, just pause. Ask yourself, is this still serving me? Or is it just something I've always done? Because that moment, that tiny second of awareness, it matters. It's not just about kidneys or aging or what the science says. It's about listening to your body, to your needs today, not the ones from 10 years ago. Change doesn't have to be dramatic. It can be as simple as swapping juice for water, choosing a gentle herbal tea, giving your kidneys a chance to rest while you do. And in that small act, there's something powerful, something that says, I may be older, but I still get to choose how I care for this body. I still matter. If anything in today's story made you stop and think, leave a comment below. Tell me, what's one habit you're rethinking tonight? I read every word you share, and so do others who quietly needed to hear that they're not alone. And if something in this video resonated with you, maybe consider joining us here on Elderly Seasons. This is a place for real stories, honest reflection, and quiet hope, just like the kind you carry. Take care of yourself, and tonight, may your rest be kind, and your kidneys grateful.